Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rising. Jamal Simmons in for Crystal Ball. Jamal, what have we got?
Good morning. You know, it's the president's in London. We got a tariff fight with Mexico. As usual, lots to discuss.
Busy day, all that and more coming up today on Rising. All right, Jamal, we got some tariffs to talk about today. President Trump, as we know, is fond of using tariffs as a tool of policy. The big news this week is that China may be coming back to the table. Not clear yet on just what that will mean, but it looked like talks fell apart last month. This month, they may be coming back together, at least somewhat. As we know, billions and billions of dollars of tariffs have already been instituted because of Trump policy. So there's the possibility of getting some kind of a China deal. But then we have the major standoff with Mexico over whether they will do enough to satisfy the administration when it comes to immigration and dealing with the massive surge of illegal immigrants coming across the border. The president saying that there might be a 5% tariff on all goods coming to the United States that would start in just a matter of days, which is raising the possibility of further tariffs beyond that if there is not compliance from Mexico. Is this a tough call or a fool's errand? Are tariffs really this effective a tool of policy? You can use them for immigration as well as for a tit for tat in a long-standing trade war with China. Jamal, I am hopeful, but I am not making any bets on how well this will go.
Yeah, I wonder if, you know, we got so much trade that we're doing with Mexico. I think it's
number one trading partner.
Yeah, $98 billion in cars alone, and car parts. What happens when we don't, Americans try to buy those cars that have the prices then go up? It's not just about Mexico. U.S. consumers going to pay a price for this too.
Yeah, this is also why they didn't go forward with the shutting down of the border, because people talked about, well, what will that mean for folks, businesses, there's going to be pain associated with this that you can really feel. And going into an election year, I think that might be something that they have to weigh into this a bit more thoroughly. But so far, they've stayed with the tariffs on China. We'll see if they decide to go with tariffs on Mexico as well.
Fighting with a lot of people right now.
Indeed.
All right. We've got a little more to talk about when it comes to President Trump and what's been happening with the Russia investigation of Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller laid out clear evidence of obstruction of justice by President Trump in his report on the Russian intrusion into America's 2016 election campaign, yet almost every Republican in Congress refuses to hold Trump accountable. Every Republican except Representative Justin Amash from Michigan. If patriotism is love of country, and love is expressed not just in feelings, but in acts of service, sacrifice, or putting the country's needs before your own, then when it comes to Donald Trump, Justin Amash may be the last Republican patriot left in the U.S. Congress. Amash is from Michigan, one of the Democrats' blue wall states that crumbled in 2016, giving Donald Trump the presidency. His 3rd district in Grand Rapids voted for Trump by 10 points. It is the heart of Michigan conservatism and the home of Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. Her family may have given Republicans as much as $200 million over the years. When it comes to publicity, Amash just says no. After dropping his impeachment bombshell, the congressman hasn't done any big interviews. Reportedly, Stephen Colbert tried to get him, and so did we. He's talking to constituents in town halls and setting the record straight on Twitter. Listen, Trump violated the standards we hold for presidents. And whether you believe in impeachment or not, the state of our union would be stronger if we had more Republican patriots like Justin Amash who held Trump accountable. So there is a lot of discussion about what's going on here.
So you got to impeach the president to be a patriot now. This is a new standard. Okay.
You got to put the country's needs ahead of your own, I think, is the definition of patriotism. I think we could take a look back at President Trump. It's kind of hard to see places where he did that. But the Republicans in Congress are known to, many of them were known to do that for a long time in the past, except when it comes to these questions about Trump's behavior. We just don't see it.
Are the Democrats patriotic enough to impeach the president?
Well, I didn't say you had to impeach the president in order to be patriotic, but I do think you have to try to find a way to hold the president accountable.
What does that mean?
It could mean a variety of things. It could mean censure the president. It could be stand up and give the president a tongue lashing, or tell him to back off of certain things. Holding the president accountable can manifest itself in a lot of different ways.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Next on Rising. Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney emphasized on Fox News Sunday that the president is, quote, deadly serious about implementing new Mexican tariffs.
But what will the impact be on U.S.-Mexico relations and the potential cost to U.S. consumers? Former Ambassador Tony Wayne weighs in next.